Alright guys, since I had nothing better to do this evening, I thought I'd show you guys how to make root beer the old-fashioned way. Now, this kit is, well, they sell this in two different ways. They sell it in the kit itself, and they sell it as refills. When you run out of the original stuff, you can just buy these refills, and it's a cheap way to do it all over again. So I've already gotten the kit before, and this is a refill. I figured this was just a way to show you how root beer was made, so didn't bother buying a new kit. But anyways, the kit gives you something called a no rinse cleanser. It's basically used to sanitize everything before you put the root beer in. Comes with flavor crystals, extra ingredients that make root beer fizzy. Give you a root beer mix. Basically, it's the basic flavoring for your root beer. They give you wine yeast, which is used to make the root beer fizzy. And they give you an extra instruction manual in case you run out of, or in case you lose your original manual. So anyways, let's see. Alright. Let's see what we need. So, it says we need... Alright. 1 clean milk water jug or similar container with lid. 1 mixing bowl or saucepan. 1 measuring cup. 2 measuring spoons. 1 cereal bowl and 1 cooking thermometer, which seems optional. For utensils, you need 4 plastic bottles, which they give to you already. Let's see. 4 bottle... Never mind, these are all included. Alright, ingredients needed. 2 cups of white granulated sugar and 1 cup of dark brown sugar. Alright, let's find all these. Well, actually, I've already found them, but as you can see, we've got our milk jug, which I've cleaned out. I've got measuring cup. We Asians don't have cereal bowls, so we have china bowls instead, and that's fine. Now, I don't have a measuring spoon like the ones you use for baking, but that's fine. We can just use a teaspoon like that, a regular spoon. As for sugar, I'm already covered on that. There's our white sugar. There's our brown sugar. And this pink bowl is our mixing bowl. Not sure what this one's for, but just keep it in handy. Alright, so now we've got pretty much everything. Let's clear this aside and we shall start. Alright, so the first step after the cap assembly is to sanitize. So it tells us to fill a 1 gallon jug with warm water, which I've already done, and then it tells us to add 1 tablespoon of no rinse cleanser, which is half the packet. So right here we've got our water already. So let's see. Alright. Cleanser's right here, and let me open this up real quick. Alright, so let's try to add this. Alright, is that it? Let's see. Alright, that's it. I already did this once before, so don't have to measure. And then it says, close the container and shake until the cleanser is completely dissolved. Alright. Simple enough. Alright, now let's close, let's shake this up. Let's see, is that good? Let's see. No, just a little more. Alright, that's good enough. So we shook this up. And then it tells us to wait 10 minutes before moving to the next step. So let's wait 10 minutes. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. So next step is pour 1 cup of this solution into a cereal bowl. Swirl until all sides become wet. Alright. We've got our cereal bowl here. Let's pour 1 cup of this. Alright, 1 cup. Let's put this in here. And then it tells us to swirl. I don't know, how am I supposed to do this? Alright, I already spilled some out. It's great. This is good enough. It's all coated. Alright. And then it tells us, now place a mixing spoon, assembled caps, measuring cups and spoons, and cooking thermometer into a 3-quart mixing bowl. Alright, so that's our pink bowl. Let's set the cereal bowl aside. Alright. Let me try to move everything aside. It tells us to put half of this in here, so let's see. Is that about half? It's about half, it's fine. And then it tells us to place our mixing spoons. Assembled caps, measuring cups, spoons. Alright, so let's see. Alright, so when they talk about the caps, they mean the bottles. I forgot to show you guys when I was introducing everything, but these are the bottles that come with it. And let me try to get these open. Alright, so these caps are kind of special because they have this rubber thing right here. And basically what happens is that if you let your root beer sit for too long, fermenting, and the bottle overpressurizes, this thing here will pop up and open and it'll let the gases out so that your bottles don't explode on you in case. So anyways, let's drop these in here. Alright. Set these bottles aside. Okay, so, and I think it also tells us to put our funnel in there. Does it? No, it doesn't. Alright, and then it tells us to put, using the funnel, fill each bottle halfway with the remaining no-rinse solution. Okay, so I lost the funnel that originally came with it, so for this one we're gonna kind of ghetto rig this, and we're gonna use wax paper that's taped in a cone. I mean, it looks silly, but it works. So let's see, how am I supposed to do this? Alright, let me just do this and then I'll film again when everything's all filled up. Oh boy, text message. How annoying. Alright, so I filled all the bottles halfway with the solution. Let's see. Alright, tells us drop the funnel down, so this piece of paper will be fine. It's fine if it gets wet. Then it tells us to... Alright, it tells us to shake the bottles and then wait 10 minutes, so I'll do that. See you guys in 10 minutes. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. Let's see. It tells us to pour everything down the drain. It says no rinsing required. Hence the name. So let me get everything poured and I'll film again. Alright, so we've got everything poured out. Next, we make the root beer. This will be exciting. Tells us to refill the 1-gallon jug with warm water and then remove 2 cups of water from it. I've already done that, so now it tells us to pour 1 cup from the jug into the cereal bowl. Alright, let's do that. Oh, come on. No, I'm not done. No, give me a moment. Alright, hot chicks aside, I've already done the water. It's 1 cup of water into the cereal bowl. Next, it tells us to take the spoon and put a 1/4 teaspoon in there, so let me set this down. Open up this yeast. Alright, tells us to put 1/4 teaspoon. That's alright, that's good enough. So we put it in there. Tells us to stir gently to mix, so just give it a stir. There's a bit stuck on here. Get this loose. Alright, tells us to stir gently. Should be good enough. Tells us to set this aside. Let's do that. Next, it tells us to pour 4 cups of the remaining water into the mixing bowl. This mixing bowl. Alright, let me pour this real quick. Alright, 4 cups in there. And then next, it tells us to put. Alright, tells us to shake this vigorously and then add 2 tablespoons and 1 packet of flavor crystals. Alright then, let's do that. So, we shake this vigorously and then keep knocking these bottles over. Silly me. Alright, so 2 tablespoons is about 1/2 or so, so I think it's safe to pour the remaining contents in there, so let's pour that in there. Alright, this stuff is thick. Let's put this away. Tells us to add the flavor crystals, so let me rip this open. Pour this in here. It's starting to smell like root beer in here. It smells good. Alright, just a bit left. Alright. After that, tells us to put 1 cup of packed brown sugar and 2 cups of white granulated sugar. Let me stop filming so I can add that stuff in there. Hold up. Alright. Put all the sugar in there. It's quite a lot of sugar actually, but it's gonna taste good, I hope. Let's see, it tells us to stir gently until everything's dissolved. Then, pour. Am I missing something over here? Alright, so it tells us to stir everything until it's dissolved. Let's see, where's my handy dandy spoon? It's right here. It tells us to stir it all, so let's go. It smells really strong. It smells like some really good root beer, I'll have to tell you. This might take a while, so give me a moment to mix this. Alright, it's completely mixed. Then it tells us to pour the yeast mixture into the bowl. So, smells a lot like bread. It tells us to mix it in. Alright. Next it tells us to pour the entire mixture back into the 1 gallon jug, which should still be a little bit half full of water. Seems about right. It tells us to place the lid back on the jug and shake well. So let me set this aside and we'll film again when I do all this. Oh boy, that was a really messy task. But we got this in here, so last thing we gotta do is just take this and it tells us to close this up and give it a few good shakes. Shake it. A little more. Alright. Smells really nice. Let's see what the next step is. Let's see. Alright, now we're on the bottling part. It tells us to fill each bottle from the middle of to the middle of the neck. About 2.5 inches from the top. So, alright, let's do this. We've got the bottles over here. Now, originally there were 4 bottles, but I happened to lose one, so we'll only have 3 bottles of root beer, but that's fine. So anyways, it's time to bottle these. Let me do this off camera. I'll be right back. Alright guys, here we are. 3 finished bottles of root beer ready to place on the shelf. Instructions tell us to set this for about 3 days for the yeast to fizz up the root beer. Right now the bottles are kind of soft, but within a few days they'll get hard. And when that happens, we know it'll be ready, and we'll give this stuff a try. It's gonna be pretty good. Alright guys, I'll see you in a few days, or I'll see you in the next video if you guys are on YouTube. Actually, it is on YouTube. What am I talking about? But yeah, this is how we make root beer. See you guys later.